We hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. The Hawaiian Tel FCU starting lineups will be scrolling in the bottom right portion of your screen, and you'll tinkering with the lineup continues for Dave Shoji as Annie Mitchum will once again get the start at the outside hitter position, and that means freshman Natasha Burns, the 6'5" redshirt frosh from Canada, will get the start in the middle. It is Noreen Yosia serving first for Hawaii against UC Davis. Davis will go outside to their freshman, Lauren Mattis, who gets blocked. Now in the opposite position, it's Brianna Carsaboom who hits it wide up the floor. And Hawaii off the schneid first here in set one.
Immediately, Yosia forces passing problems for Davis. That first pass was back about on the 20-foot line, put Davis in a real tough position in the rally.
And just like that, Yosia gives Davis the side out as well as the Aggies' first point of this match. UC Davis preseason picked to finish 5th in the Big West Conference. They are currently in 6th place, 9-9 overall, 2-3 in the league. The Rainbow Wahine 13-5, coming off of the win a couple of nights ago against UC Irvine in 4 sets. They're 6-1 in the Big West. McKenna Granado unable to put that one down. It is returned. Free chance here for Hawaii. Yosia goes middle to Burns. And feel the burn. Natasha getting a good piece of that one.
Natasha Burns, all arms and legs, just gets the job done. Seems to be getting better all the time. Learning the game more. Just feels more comfortable out there, it looks like.
Played 1 set the other night against the Anteaters. Had 3 kills on 3 attempts. So she was, well, pretty perfect. The serve by Granado. Middle set, that goes to Ima H.A. Diving second touch there by Kahakai, and it's bumped over by Mitchum. Right side, this is Carsaboom, tried to work the block, missed the court wide. But they will say that there was a net violation against Hawaii, so it's a point for UC Davis. Do not take these Aggies lightly. This is a team that has gone through a lot of injuries here through the early portion of the season and now into the middle section of this conference schedule. But they have been able to, through some of their individual performances, still put together a pretty solid squad.
Head Connor said he had 4 seniors in the lineup, you know, in the first week of the season, and then all of a sudden, the second week of the season, he loses 3 of them.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, this freshman really got to play a lot.
Nikki Taylor pounds it down. You saw the first pass by Emma Smith, speaking of freshmen, 5'8" frosh from Manhattan Beach, California for Hawaii. And that allowed the set to go to Nikki Taylor, and she demolished it. Now Savannah Kahakai will serve.
That was a pretty good block up there. Madison H.A., very good blocking tandem.
And serve tickled the tape. Now it's H.A. and Kahakai unable to handle the heater. I'm at H.A., 6'1" junior from Castle Rock, Colorado, averaging 2.17 kills per set, hitting .447. That's tops in the conference, Chris.
Yeah, she hits for a very high percentage. That's a huge number. I'd be very surprised if she ended up hitting .447 for the year, because that's astronomical.
Pass tight to the net. The one-hand setup from Yosia to Emily Maglio, who crushes it. That was nicely done by the freshman setter, Yosia.
It's one of the things that I think that Yosia does best. When she's at the net, she knows where that net is. She rarely runs into it. She knows when to do the one-handed set, when to bring it back over into the court, when to one-handed set to the outside.
Right side, that is Kendall Walbrecht, who rotated into the lineup. Now Annie Mitchum from the outside pin puts it down. Now, we talked about this a couple of evenings ago, Chris. You were saying you like Annie Mitchum on the outside. Why?
I do. That's why, right there. She can go over pretty much any block that anybody puts up on her in the country. Only problem is she hasn't played outside very much, and that's what gives her a little bit of lack of confidence. When she hits balls like that last one, she should have all the confidence in the world.
Nikki Taylor missing the court long on the serve.
By the way, I also like her in the middle.
Another out serve, this from Ima H.A., so Hawaii gets it back.
I just like seeing her get more than 18 sets a night. Like, you know, on Friday night against Irvine, she got 18 sets. Nikki Taylor got 59 sets. I don't think there should be that kind of disparity between the two biggest players in the team.
9 kills, 18 attempts, just 1 error, hitting .444 the other night against Irvine. Did Mitchum. Comes up with the dig there in the back row. Granado from off the net. Good save there by the libero Malia Balco. for Davis. First touch, Yosia. So bump set, Kahakai to Granado. Finds that back line, and it's a point for Hawaii.
How about what started it all? Annie Mitchum's dig in the back row. You know, Annie Mitchum can be a 6-rotation player.
She was in junior college, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Of course, playing her JUCO ball at Irvine Valley Junior College for Tom Pestalacy. Now the volunteer assistant for the Rainbow Wahine. Mitchum misses the floor on the serve there. And she's saying all the right things after the match on Friday night. When asked what her preference is to play middle or outside, she says, you know, it really doesn't matter. Every player just likes to get opportunities, right?
Exactly. She just wants to get on the floor, and literally she could play all 6 rotations. But whether there's 3 on the left or 3 in the middle, she'll take that too.
Nice touch shot there by Emily Maglio to get the point for Hawaii. Yeah, every player just wants to get sets, and I guess the benefit being outside for Annie Mitchum is regardless of the way the passing game is executed, she'll get her share of sets out there.
Exactly. And notice that Yosia already is spreading the wealth out. Nikki Taylor, I think, has only gotten 1 set so far. Make that 2 sets.
The diving save there by Yosia. Taylor unable to terminate. High bump set goes to Carsaboom. Oh, great pinball action. First touch by Taylor, and it's returned. Right side. This is Emily Allen, dug up over the net by Taylor. They go to Allen again. Dug up by Taylor. Chance now in transition. From the back row, it's Nikki. Off the hands and down. Well, that had Nikki Taylor's fingerprints literally all over it.
She dug 2 balls and swings for the winner at the end. How about, where's one dig right there.
Same thing, McKenna.
And there's a set from Yosia, perfect set. Nikki quick to congratulate her.
One hand set to the middle was just slapped over by Kalechi Ohiri, the other middle hitter. Here's Granado. No blockers up, unable to put it down. So the set was all haywire. They tried to get it to Carsaboom on the outside. She couldn't really do anything with it, so it is a point for Hawaii. Little disarray on the Davis side of the net. 10 serving 5 here, and it's Emily Maglio to serve.
Keep taking line, Noreen.
Tops in the Big West Conference in blocks, 4th in hitting percentage. And Ohiri with the paintbrush kill. Kalechi Ohiri, 6'1" sophomore from Elk Grove, California. She leads the team in blocks and is, in fact, 2nd behind Mags in the Big West Conference in blocks per set.
Unusual to get the 2 best blockers in the conference the same night, same court. She was also on the All Big West freshman team last year, where she was 4th in hitting and the 2nd best blocker in the conference. So she can really do a job up front.
Has had to deal with stretches of injury both last year and even this season. See the serve by Yosia. Ohiri unable to get good contact there. So Kahakai, 2-hand set to McKenna Granado. That's dug up by Balco. Outside, this is Mattis. And Lauren Mattis gets the point for Davis. Mattis is a good one. 6'2" Frosh from Santa Cruz. The reigning Big West Conference Freshman of the Week. And that was the 2nd time she's received that honor. A 34-kill effort against Cal State Fullerton last week.
What a week she had. 34 kills. Only 2 other players have done that this year.
Nikki Taylor. That arm is looking fresh this weekend, Chris.
It is, and I'll tell you something. The bye couldn't happen at a better time coming up next week. Looks very fresh right there. She's going up against a very good block. Nikki chose the right place to go, cross court. They took her line, 4 hands across, down the line.
Get in front of the middle.
Nikki coming off a 20-kill performance against Irvine on 58 attempts. They're leaning on her heavily night in and night out. Good dig there by Yosia back over the net. Oh, shaky first touch. And it's still slapped over by Lauren Mattis with some authority, and she's able to put it down. That was a flat-footed kill with some heat.
It was a great shot. Some question on that. Nice little bump set. And Mattis finds a way to put it down. She's, last week Coach Connors was telling us that when she won that award, it was because she just got in a groove. She was hitting from everywhere. Standing jumps like that, good long running approaches. She's just doing it all.
Out serve there from Maddie Merlino. She is the other setter in this 6-2 system exhibited by UC Davis. Savannah Kahakai will serve 13 serving 8. jump floater. Good first pass. Middle set goes to Eche, and she slam dunks it home. Eche, we mentioned, tops in the Big West Conference with a .447 hitting percentage. In fact, Davis has 3 of the top 10 hitters percentage-wise in the league.
This tells you they keep the ball in play a lot and rely on their digging and their blocking to get points.
And that's what makes them such a tough out. Hey, look, they have a 9-9 record. They're 2-3 in conference, but they also lead the conference in digs per set. And so you look at some of the scores, most of those matches, if not all, have been competitive.
Exactly. And there's Dan Connors. He mentored under a lot of great coaches. We'll talk about that later.
Good swing that time by Kendall Walbrick. She's one of the seniors on the team. Standing at 6'3", had a team-high 11 kills in this building last year, October 16th.
Was the highest senior recruit ever for Davis.
Taylor from the back row. She's unleashing tonight. And Hawaii is first to 15, so timeout on the floor. Nikki Taylor, 4 kills on 5 swings. Welcome back. Let's take a look at the Kaiser Permanente keys to the match, Chris.
Well, for UC Davis, more grind out. That's a direct quote from Dan Connors, their coach. He says even though they lead the league in digs per set, he thinks they're going to have to be even better than that tonight. And for Hawaii, I think they need to be less Nikki-centric. Nikki cannot be hitting 50, 60 balls every night, night in, night out. She needs to be good in November and December and not just in September, October. Got to save that arm just a little bit, don't you think?
Well, she's been pretty good so far this Sunday. 4 kills on 5 attempts. Hawaii yet to commit a hitting error. Here's Granado from the outside position, and how about the bocce? She hits it wide. Hitting error number 1.
With a capital B, I think. My goodness, how do you do that?
Oh, did you think
really
they were going to go all night without an error, Chris? Come on. Sophia Marr back in. She is the starting setter, 5'6" senior, referred to by head coach Dan Connors as the engine of the team. See the jump floater there, stepping up and fielding it. It's Kahakai. Maglio didn't get good contact, but it was enough to get the kill and the point for Hawaii. So Emily Maglio will now check out of the match. Claire Marie Anderson comes in. Mags 3 kills, 3 attempts. And Anderson will serve. 5'7" junior out of Punahou School.
Go, blocker.
Looks like Mags has come out of her little mini slump she had at Long Beach State.
Pass tight to the net. Granado got a free swing, couldn't put it down. Outside it goes to Carsaboom, blocked and road. Natasha Burns, that is a big block when you face her length at 6 feet, 5 inches.
No surprise that the first block of the night should come from one of the best blocking teams in the country and the best blocking team in the Big West, Hawaii.
19th block of the season for Burns. She's come a long way, even from training camp this season. Of course, redshirted last year with the broken hand. Carsaboom, the touch shot, 2-handed in the air by Yosia. So Granado sets up Taylor from the D spot, but she got roofed. Kalechi Ohiri. He's averaging 1.29 of those per set. It's 12 serving 17.
Well, she's got 71 blocks to lead the team.
You'll see her chasing down that second touch, and little joust at the net. It's won by Davis. Anna Donald getting that one. Another freshman on this roster, 6'2" redshirt Frosh. She's averaging 1.13 kills per set.
This is the part of every set that I think Hawaii tends to struggle. They get a good lead, then they somehow back off a little bit. Look like Margie Ray's going to overrule the lines person.
Yeah, Taylor trying to go for that deep corner. The line judge signaled it in. Margie Ray, the top official, signaled it out, and Dave Shoji will protest. He's going to review the play. Ryan Sakagawa down on the floor. Harrison Ho and Dean Tamura, the 2 line judges. So it will be Sakagawa to take a look at this. Again, the line judge had the initial call, but Margie Ray, who had a good vantage point there, overruled it.
And she is a veteran referee. She comes from the mainland. She refereed, I know I've seen her in regional matches. I believe I've seen her in a couple Final Fours as well.
She was funny prior to the match. She asked us about the GoPro cam that we have, our net cam that we utilize. And it's really great for these replays, obviously.
It is. And she says, are you going to leave it there? She's worried about being overruled.
Yeah. She basically said, hey, look, if you guys want to shut it off or unplug it, that's fine with me. That just means any mistakes I make will not be exposed.
We'll take a look at where this ball lands. And it looks like it. It's hard to tell there.
What makes it difficult is you have the chevron decal there.
Yeah.
Sort of jutted up against that sideline, and so it sort of blurs the white a little bit together, and so makes it tougher to call. Not sure if there's enough there to overrule. That's obviously the key here.
This might be the best look right here.
You know, we have the benefit of the monitors here at our station courtside, and what's so funny is each and every time you have the fans behind us, and they react to the replay that you see at home. And so we heard a few, oh, that's in just now. So the crowd behind us, at least here in this near section, they think this one should be overruled and should be a point for Hawaii.
I'm not sure there is overwhelming evidence to overrule it.
I'm with you on that one. They're taking a long time here, checking it out. This is a tough call. Again, it's that chevron decal sort of adds some of that white color to the scene there, jutted up against the sideline. I think makes it a little more complicated. But the headset is off. Waiting for the call here. And it's going to be a point for UC Davis. It will not be overruled.
I think that was the right call.
And again, the key is there enough evidence there to overrule what was ultimately the call? Now, what's interesting is we had an overrule of the line judge's call by Margie Ray, and now we have an overrule denied, as Dave showed you was trying to reverse Margie Ray's judgment. So kind of interesting, the twists there.
He loses one of his 3 challenges, 3 per match. I don't think Dave showed you used any of his challenges on a Friday night against UC Irvine. Does he get 6 then tonight? No.
No, they don't carry over, unfortunately. McKenna Granado getting the kill, though, for Hawaii. So at least for the moment, all is right with the world. The touch shot there, though, pulling the string was Lauren Mattis. And that was something that once again reared its ugly head for Hawaii the other night against Irvine. A lot of those touch shots falling in the middle of that Rainbow Wahine defense.
It was a well-disguised tip shot.
Good pass by Greeley. Backside set. Granado splitting the uprights of that proposed double block.
Whoa, she should thank Natasha Burns a little bit there, because Natasha Burns went really hard in the middle, holding the Davis middle blocker, who was late to get out there, giving Granado a split block, and she just hammered it. That's as hard a ball as I've seen her hit all year.
She took some really quality swings the other night against Irvine. Didn't necessarily show in her hitting percentage, just 147, had 9 kills on 34 attempts. So you see that one go down. Oh, but it'll be an illegal attacker from the back row for UC Davis. Was Emily Allen stepping on that 3-meter line. So a point for Hawaii negates the quality swing there. 20-15, Rainbow Wahine up a handful, and a timeout taken by the Aggies.
Rainbow Wahine Volleyball on OCSports is sponsored by Bank of Hawaii, Kaiser Permanente, and Island Air.
Welcome back. There's a special UH Club for Keiki. Stop by Papa John's Pizza to join the UH Kids Club. Purchase a large pizza, and children receive an official club t-shirt and a host of other benefits. Join the UH Kids Club today. Hawaii unable to run the transition to Andy Mitchum on the outside. And it's a point for Davis out of the timeout.
Time of play, had two players going for the ball after Kahakai made a nice dig. That second touch should have been bumped up high for an attack.
Hawaii up 4, hitting .409 here in this opening set. 185 for UC Davis. And the serve sent over by Kendall Walbrecht. Back bump set Kahakai to Mitchum. The roll shot dug up by Emily Allen. And on the outside, I'm not sure what Lauren Mattis was trying to do there, but it didn't quite come to fruition.
She was trying to hit her own roll shot there, and had she gotten it over the block, it would have dropped because there was no blocker, no off-digger available.
So Kahakai to serve. Hawaii up 5. Set goes middle to H.A. Dug up by Yosia. Bump set from Smith to Mitchum. Over the top.
OTT, we're going to start calling her Annie OTT.
Oh, she's down with OTT for sure.
Good bump set by Emma Smith, who came to Hawaii as a walk-on. Wanted to just play beach volleyball, and then I think I'll play indoors as well, and so she's become a steadfast backcourt performer for Hawaii.
The roof was up. Nikki Taylor right next to Maglio, denying access to Emily Allen. Hawaii up a 7 spot. Another timeout by Davis. Welcome back. Series record is sponsored by Aston Hotels and Resorts. Hawaii leads the all-time series 7-1. The last meeting November 15th, 2015 in California. UC Davis won that opening set, but Hawaii able to close it out in 4. Davis did defeat then 8th ranked Hawaii back on October 26, 2013 in Davis. One of just 3 wins for the Aggies in their history over top 25 opponents. H.A., forget about it. Emily Maglio says, oh, no you don't.
This is easily Hawaii's strongest blocking rotation with the best blocker in the league right there, Emily Maglio. Going up with Annie Mitchum at 6'3" and Nikki Taylor at 6'4". That's a giant block.
So aloha ball for Hawaii here in the opening stanza. The swing there by Mattis, dug up by Yosia. Here's Taylor. Big swing from the opposite side. Sliced it thinly to the opposite sideline. And Hawaii able to close the book on set number 1, winning, running away 25-16 to strike first here on this Sunday evening. Welcome back. Let's check out How It Works, presented by Central Pacific Bank. What do we have here, Chris?
Watch the left leg of the back row attacker for Davis here as she tries to turn her foot to avoid hitting that 3-meter line. And she turns her foot, not at the last second there, but apparently she got just her, maybe it was her pinky toe, touched that line. Maybe see a better shot here. It's called not often made. There she goes, just barely touching it. Not often made because this time of the year, most players really have got that approach wired, and they don't make that mistake of touching that 3-meter line. Here it is again. There it is, barely a touch of that 3-meter line. Actually, the ball went down on Hawaii's side, so had it not been called, it would have been a point for Davis. But that's how it works. You want to turn your foot the last second to avoid touching that 3-meter line.
Hawaii hitting .440 in the opening set. UC Davis going 0-5-9. The Rainbow Wahine winning 25-16. Nikki Taylor leading the way, 5 kills on 8 attempts, hitting .375.
Looks like no experimentation for Dave Shoji in this set. Same group that started the first set, starting again.
If you're wondering, 2 kills on 3 swings, no errors for Annie Mitchum, again starting at the outside hitter position. A swing by McKenna Granato, and Hawaii opens set 2 the way they opened set 1 by scoring first.
Hawaii loving to have Noreen Yosia being the first server for them, as they did in the first set. Noreen, so consistent, brings all that heat with that jump serve of hers. Forces a near overpass there.
And the touch shot that misses wide by Kalechi O'Leary. I mean, that's just as good as an ace, right?
Yeah, it is. That's why I think the servers who force overpasses like that don't get enough credit.
2 serving 0. Here it comes from Yosia. A diving pass by Emily Allen. Outside, the swing by Mattis. Blocked and roofed. The door was shut by Nikki Taylor right next to Burns.
The reigning freshman of the week finds out what it's like going up against a senior, the player of the year last year in the Big West.
I mean, Mattis is coming off a 34-kill performance against Fullerton. That's the most by any Big West Conference player this year, and she hit .458. But boy, does this Hawaii block have the potential to make things more difficult. Throw on top of that, and you'll see an ace. Hawaii up 4-zip. Tonight's Jack Fact, Hawaii's go-to girl, Nikki Taylor, tallied 20 kills on 58 swings Friday against UC Irvine. In 15 matches this season, she's gone 20-plus kills 6 times and has taken 50-plus swings 5 times. She's gone to double figures in kills all but 2 matches this year, but she was grimacing in some significant pain, at least that was the appearance during that timeout, and here she is being looked at by trainer Renee Shigemura. This is during the timeout, after the block. We've seen it a couple of times this year, Chris. It appeared as though maybe she tweaked that left elbow, but she remains in the match. Here's McKenna Granato taking a swing. Good save off the ricochet by Greeley. Taylor then blocked and Ruth. Remember, it's the left elbow, so Taylor's swinging arm, the right hand, should be okay, but this is perhaps what provided that stinging pain during the timeout. You can kind of see the reverberation through that left arm.
Exactly, that was the play. When the ball's hit hard into her left arm, it hurts.
You'll see it goes middle to Burns, finds that deep corner.
Tasha Burns providing some consistent play, keeping the ball in play. Not only straightened out inside the 3-meter line kind of stuff, but she's paintbrushing those back lines.
Tasha Burns, who says she is just willing to do whatever they need her to do. If it's come off the bench, that's fine. If it's start, that's fine. She says she can get into the match either way, and she just wants to help her teammates. Here's Taylor against a double block. Punched up in the air on the second touch by Kahakai. Taylor blocked again. Kahakai will bump set Nikki. Oh, hit it wide. Trying to go hard angle that time. So the block working for the Aggies there. On that pin, it was H.A. along with Mattis making things difficult for Nikki Taylor.
3 balls in a row, a little bit too obvious, too predictable. Nikki knows she's got forehands across, tough block, so she does that block avoidance attack.
We'll see a tight to the net, sets up Mitchum. Good dig there by Emily Allen. Here's Mattis over the double block. Right there is the freshman Emma Smith. You'll see a cross court to Mitchum, the roller.
Great set from the OC from the back row. That was a long set. Nice extension. Nice little roll shot by Mitchum.
Kahakai serves it into the net. The thing about Annie Mitchum is she is just so naturally physically gifted. A specimen at her height, 6'3", the ability to jump. She touches 10'5". I mean, she is just a physical specimen and a bit of a rarity in terms of this program able to recruit that level of athlete.
Exactly. I like her swinging all the time. I don't like seeing her roll shot at all. She can go over anybody as long as the set is right.
Emily Maglio getting in on the fun there, going off the block and down.
Here's an interesting number. Hawaii 16 digs, Davis 7. Davis the leading dig per set team in the conference. And Hawaii really playing some better back row defense right now.
7 serving 3. Claire Marie Anderson slaps it across. Pass tight to the net. Middle set H.A. blocked and roofed. Yosia next to Maglio. Good anticipatory skills shown there.
I think they knew the slam dunk was coming again, so they got up a little bit early and tapped it back.
8 serving 3. Another tough first contact, and the set tight to the net. 5'8" Emily Allen had really nowhere to go with it. Yosia, who is a strong blocker for being a 5'11" freshman setter. She had 32 blocks coming into tonight, able to get a good chunk of that one again.
She's got all the skills.
There she is again. Back-to-back blocks.
Proving that she's no liability at the net, to be sure.
And a timeout taken by UC Davis. Yosia can distribute. She can also shut the door. Well, prior to the break, we saw some of the blocking skills of Noreen Yosia. Let's go inside the numbers presented by Heineken to take a look at what she can also do offensively. 6. That's the number of kills that the Hawaii setter had on Friday versus UC Irvine. 14 kills in the first 17 matches, but she attempted and scored on all 6 of her dump shots against the Anteaters the other night. And there she is with the block again. And Walbrecht unable to get that one inside the antenna, so another point for Hawaii. Let's send it over to Ryan Suji.
Hey, thanks, Kanoa. Report from the sideline. Nikki Taylor, after coming out of the match, telling Dave Shoji, I don't need to be taken out. But Nikki Taylor being seen by Dr. Elizabeth Ignacio as well as trainer Renee Shigemura, who actually retaped that elbow. So she now has a new brand of tape on her elbow and is ready to be inserted back into the match. Back to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Ryan. Walbrecht putting that one down for Davis. And Nikki Taylor, who appeared to be in a pretty high level of discomfort during that timeout where she had the elbow looked at, but went right back into the match and doesn't seem to be struggling so much with it, at least at the moment. Good scramble play by the Aggies to return it. Now Mitchum came swooping in. And then the blasty blast.
And Mitchum calling for a little bit different set. Not one out to the pins, but one inside where she used her height and her angularity of shot to bring it down. That was almost inside the 3-meter line. Let's see if she can play some defense now.
Walbrecht sends it long, no touch up front, and another point for Hawaii. They're up 9 here in set number 2. What do you think about the effort of Hawaii and what's making things so difficult for UC Davis right now?
Right now it's the block for sure. UC Davis hitting negative.
Well, Walbrecht finding the back line there, though. Mitchum let it by. The Aggies get it back.
UC Davis more errors than kills. Two kills in this set. 7 errors, hitting negative 385. That's not a kind of number you want to shoot for.
That's what this block for Hawaii can do, though, right? They get their hands on a couple of those shots. Next thing you know, the other team is thinking a lot about it. Diving pass by Greeley, bump set, Granado by the double block, missed the court wide, and another point for UC Davis.
What a pass by Greeley. I thought that was going to be an ace. The bottom was dropping out of that serve. It looked like Greeley was going to get aced.
Sophia Marr, again to serve, has a chance to surpass 2,000 career assists at UC Davis. Impressive when you think she's basically been splitting time at that setter spot her entire career, as Granado's able to plug it through that double block.
She spent her freshman year at University of Connecticut.
Mentioned that Dan Connors referred to her as the engine of the team. Said, you know what, she's willing to run through a wall for her team. And then he said, literally, she actually received a concussion earlier in the year for running into a wall trying to save an errant volleyball.
And you know who her sports hero is, don't you? Steph Curry.
Oh, of course.
Number 30.
Of course. Popular choice these days.
I'm surprised she's not wearing number 30.
Emily Allen getting that last kill, by the way. She's now back to serve for Davis. Burns fielding the first contact. Here's Granado, all up the ladder and down the chute. Net violation against the Aggies. Either way you slice it, point for Hawaii. They get to 15 first.
Sent by EOC all the way to the outside. Granado sees that line open up. She loves that shot.
Dave Connors getting an explanation from the down official Ryan Sakagawa on the net violation. Connors in his 3rd season atop this Davis program. Outside, this is Mattis. Forget about it. Looks like the elbow and the tape job. We're all right on that sequence. Nikki Taylor getting the gist of that roof.
I think she's got into the cast right now. If you look at her shirt, it's very bulky right there at the elbow.
And an ace dealt out the deck by Noreen Yosia, and Hawaii has its largest lead of the 2nd set. It's double digits.
UC Davis substitution number 4.
Rainbow Wahine looking sharp here on this Sunday evening, Chris.
They really are, and this Davis team is no slouch. They beat Irvine 3-1. Same as Hawaii beat Irvine 3-1, so I expected it to be much closer tonight.
Yosia tickles the tape. Katie Campbell freshly inserted with the first contact. Mattis from the outside finds that deep corner. Mattis following up her 34-kill performance against Fullerton now with 4 kills on 15 swings. Back into positive numbers. She was in the negative for some time.
Second time she's been awarded Freshman of the Week in the Big West. Hit 458 in that match against Fullerton.
Unbelievable. Taylor. Oh, how about that shot? That was finesse to the max.
Yeah, that was a classic beach shot where you're out of system. I think it's a broken play on the beach that happens all the time. Nikki Taylor, having played on the beach the last 3 years, at the #1 spot, by the way. She's made All-American there as well as making it indoor. And that shot comes in handy right there.
Mattis misses the court wide. No touch up front. And again, that Hawaii block just kind of plays with you mentally if you're on the opposite side when this Rainbow Wahine team have it working. And they're up now 11. Nikki Taylor, by the way, now sitting in 13th place in the all-time kills list in Rainbow Wahine lore. Mattis off the block and down.
You get the feeling that Nikki will just be taking one more step after another every weekend. I have that kill ladder.
I mean, you can kind of picture all of the Rainbow Wahine greats, right? And they're just watching like, all right, when is it my number that's going to be called by Nikki Taylor and surpassed?
Who's the next one up?
Well, she passed Carrie Trishman just the other night to get into 13th place.
2 or 3-time All-American there.
Yeah.
And the next one is?
Here's Mitchum through the block and down.
The next one.
You stumped me on that. We'll have our crack research team look into that.
Diana Jesse.
Oh,
is my guess.
Okay. 20 serving 9. Overpass, Mitchum says mahalo. Thank you very much.
Again, here's this huge Hawaii block. 6'4" Taylor, 6'3" Mitchum, 6'3" Emily Maglio. It's about as big as it gets in the country.
Outside, the swing by Walbrick and the roof working overtime for Hawaii.
That's why it's so important for Kakai to keep her serve in. She doesn't need to serve tough, she just needs to serve in. The block will take care of the rest.
That was Taylor next to Maglio. Now we've got a couple of subs for Hawaii. Taylor Higgins coming in, the senior setter out of Punahou, as well as McKenna Ross, 5'10" freshman from Aliso Viejo, California. And McKenna getting a good surprise this week. Her pops, Jason Ross, who played football and baseball here at the University of Hawaii, making a surprise appearance. There he is. We'll be back. Welcome back. Let's take a look at the First Hawaiian Bank top 3 Big West individual blocking. Hawaii all over that one. Emily Maglio, #1. Nikki Taylor, #3. But UC Davis represented in the #2 spot by that woman right there, Kalechi Ohiri. This is a Davis team. You look at some of the individual statistics, and they're all over the top rankings statistically in hitting percentage and blocks.
Kalechi had a 9-block game against Irvine last year in 2015, so they can get it going up front.
For them, it's just a matter of putting it all together. They have been competitive in just about every match this year. It's a bit of a surprise that Hawaii, at least so far in this set, too, has been able to build such a dominant lead here. But Lauren Mattis hopes to get hot, and she goes high hands for her 6th kill of the match. 10 serving 22. Good pass there by Emma Smith. High and away to Mitchum, blocked. Oh, good save off the ricochet by McKenna Ross. Mitchum, the roll shot dug up by Mattis. And that transition, ill executed. Jackie Graves at 6'4", wearing #9 on the jersey. Just a freshman from Pomona, California. The tallest player at 6'4" in Aggies history. But the set, communication, timing, just a little bit out of sync there.
Converted softball player, 9 years a softball player.
Allen down the line, misses wide, and Hawaii has aloha ball here in the second.
There's that avoidance attack, trying to stay away from that big Hawaii block.
Hawaii with 9 team blocks, 6 in this set alone. Here it comes from Taylor Higgins. Right side, it's Carsaboom.
The boom, boom.
You got to expect that when your last name is like onomatopoeia, right?
There you go.
Playing in a more prominent role this year, Carsaboom. Just 17 matches as a freshman last year. Still aloha ball for Hawaii in the second. The step out to Mitchum. And she closes the book on set number 2. Hawaii wins it in efficient fashion, 25-11. So they'll have a chance to creak open the broom closet. Well, so far it's been a one-sided match. Taking a look at the McDonald's match statistics, Chris, the numbers tell that story.
Well, Hawaii normally gets around, what, 265, 270 on the year. They hit 413 tonight. And for the Aggies, negative 053. Hawaii has a way of doing this to teams. They did like 3 teams in a row a while back. That's making more errors than he had kills. And look at those blocking numbers, 9-2 in favor of Hawaii. That's what's caused that negative hitting percentage, I think. And an ace bears, Hawaii with 2 aces, and Davis with none.
Hawaii heading into a bye week certainly comes at a good time as they get set for the second half of the Big West Conference schedule. What do we expect in this third set? Will we see some experimentation from Dave Shoji, or does he want to try to finish this thing as soon as possible?
My vote would be experimentation, but it looks like it's going to be more of the same. As I look at the starters go out there, it's pretty much the same group. But I think what Dave Shoji will do is a compromise. He'll go halfway through the match, and then about halfway through that third set, if they have the match in hand, the set in hand, I think then he will do some experimentation, give some other players some playing time.
Good to see Laura Beeman's Rainbow Wahine basketball team getting some acknowledgement during the intermission. They were introduced to the fans, so looking forward certainly to the Rainbow Wahine basketball season. Speaking of hoops, the men's basketball tip-off event is scheduled for this Thursday, October 20th, right here at the Stan Sheriff Center, 5:30 to 8:30. It'll feature Q&A with coaches and players, video highlights. Go to hawaiiathletics.com for more information on that. Set 3 underway, and the good dig by Savannah Kahakai for Hawaii. Transition to McKenna Granado. She's blocked. And Kahakai will flat foot slap it over. Mattis, the dink. Good job on the coverage by Hawaii. Now Granado able to stuff it through that block. And Hawaii starts off with the opening score just as they did in the first 2 sets.
Dave shows he loves starting with Norina Iosia. She's either going to get an ace or she's going to force a bad pass. And she's a very high percentage server as well, which gives the block a chance to score.
Good serve again. Outside set. Dug up on the Kendall Walbrecht swing by Iosia. Taylor off of 1 foot is also dug up by Marr. Now Mattis, high hands, kept alive by Kahakai. Iosia, quick middle to Burns, but she hit it into the net. Quickly turns around to her setter and says, my bad.
You know what, though? It was the center. That set was way too low, and Norina Iosia is the first one to know it. Burns is 6'5". You got to set her high. Don't set it low. Yeah, get it up there.
Here's Mattis with the serve. Mitchum with the pass, so Burns sets up Taylor. 3 of the tallest players on the floor doing the work on that sequence. The hit goes long from Mattis, but a net violation called against the Rainbow Wahine. A lot of looks of befuddlement on Hawaii's side.
Natasha Burns definitely touched the net. No arguments there. Davis in the lead tonight in this set.
It's a rarity. 2 serving 1. Bump set outside Taylor. Off the block. Kept up by Ohiri. Now outside it goes to Allen. Roll shot. Misses wide. No touch up front. The lead didn't last very long, at least at the moment, so we're knotted at 2.
Allen's been their go-to attacker. Number 5 in the Big West in kills percent with 3.6 tonight. Struggling, though.
Overlap there.
Allen hitting negative, 1 kill only in 13 tries.
Outside, Allen blocked by Taylor. Nobody got the second touch. Another block for Nikki Taylor. That will give her 6 on the night.
Allen at 5'8". A little bit undersized here going up against the 6'3" Taylor and the 6'5" Natasha Burns.
Allen just 1 kill on 14 swings, hitting -429. This is their top hitter, at least production-wise, 3.6 kills per set. Burns blocked, but she touches it up. Now Mitchum on the set from Taylor. Great diving save, Balco. Allen is dug up. Now Mitchum a second crack at it, and a crack it was. Another point for Hawaii.
She's going up against the #2 blocker in the Big West, Kelechi Ohiri, and she just pounded her hands.
So Mitchum leading everybody with 8 kills, 13 swings,
Be neutral.
0 errors. Good serve there by Granado. And it'll be two-handed over. Burns fields the first contact. A set to Taylor, straight down to the floor. And a timeout taken by UC Davis. Hawaii off and running again. Set 3.
Rainbow Wahine Volleyball on OC Sports is sponsored by Straw and Hawaii Honda Dealers.
Now, trust me when I say this, Dave Shoji in no way was taking this UC Davis team lightly, but he was sort of pacing around prior to the match during the warm-ups as Granado sends it over. Good dig there by Yosia. Finish the thought here in a moment. Nikki Taylor off the block and down. And he was pacing back and forth, and I asked him, I said, Dave, are you nervous about the match? I mean, you look like you're kind of worried. He said, no, I'm worried about the Dodgers. It was game 2 of the NLCS, the Dodgers and the Cubs, but Dave was very happy to hear that the Dodgers won.
But he was disappointed that Kershaw didn't go the whole way.
Yeah. Oh, good work at the net there by Burns. Mitchum also in the area. This is a tall front line here for Hawaii. Mitchum, Burns, and Taylor. Now, this is Dave Shoji when he found out that the Dodgers evened the series with the Cubs. Oh, yeah. We'll see what his reaction is when Hawaii, hopefully from the Hawaii fans' perspective, finishes the deal tonight. We'll see if it's on the same level of enthusiasm as Burns is able to strike that one down to the Terraflex. He's passionate about his Dodgers.
He really is.
Timeout Aggies. Hawaii up 8-2 in the 3rd. A couple of members of the UH football team on hand. David Manoa in the front. Jelani Tavai, linebacker for Hawaii.
Did you see him wince? Did you see him wince as he took that last step?
Yeah, well, he left the game for a moment last night with an apparent knee injury, and they were testing him out. And let me just say, I actually was standing on the sideline at the time. There was no preventing him from going back in that game last night against UNLV as Granado serves it long out of the timeout. So a lot of credit to him. I mean, he had the eye of the tiger, so to speak. And, hey, it was a thrilling and entertaining football game. Unfortunately for Hawaii, they fell just short against the Rebels in Tavai. The first cousin of Noreen Yosia, supporting the fam for sure. 14 tackles last night. How about that? Taylor from the back row, unable to get it over the net. Stick around for the Heineken postgame show, by the way, coming up right after the match as our side set crew breaks down all of tonight's highlights and stats. Gianna Guinasso on the floor now for the Rainbow Wahine.
Great to see the other sports supporting each other. Our football guys out here. Women's basketball is out here a little while ago as well.
You'll see a great set to Mitchum. Diving save by Balco, and Allen got a good attempt on it. Sent it long, though, and it's a point for the Rainbow Wahine. That may have been one of your patented signature touch-em-alls there, C-Mac.
Yeah, it was close, yeah. It was, but again, she's just trying so hard to avoid that big block. Again, Hawaii's got their biggest block in right now.
Backside set. That's Walbrecht blocked. Good scramble play just to keep the sequence alive. Hawaii now with the advantage. Slide goes to Maggs. Maggs puts it down. Hawaii up 6. It's been clockwork here tonight, Chris.
It really has been. Hawaii looking much more efficient. I think that's what Dave showed you wants to see, and why he wanted to see the starters stay in for at least most of this last set, although I'd love to see him get some other players in.
Backside, it's Walbrecht again. This time tools the block to her advantage. Davis gets the point.
Walbrecht All Big West first team last year. The highest ranked recruit ever for this Davis team. She was number 53 in her senior year.
Mitchum tried to roll it over. I think Dave Shoji wanted a little bit more of a definitive effort there from Mitchum on that attempt.
Yeah, so I think she should not ever roll the shot or even tip. Just go up and bang it all the time. She's good enough to do that.
And the serve goes wide. Now we're talking about some of the gaudy individual numbers and performances that this Davis team has put up. I mean, the reigning Big West Conference Freshman of the Week, Lauren Mattis, who had the 34 kills against Fullerton. Earlier in the season, Emily Allen had a 30-kill performance against Southern Utah. Davis is the only team in the country to have 2 players record 30-kill matches this season. Maglio off the block. From the back row, it's Mattis. Great dig, Guanasso. Set up to Mitchum. Kind of mistimed the jump just a tad. That's H.A. putting it down in front of Taylor.
That's why it's got to be frustrating for Dan Connors and the team. As you take a look at this swing here, the H.A. They got these 30-kill performances and a pretty good offense, and all of a sudden the offense just goes away tonight, hitting negative. Are they still hitting negative?
Yeah.
Hitting
negative 0-4-1.
Yeah. More errors than kills.
Gotta like the effort here on some of these scramble plays, though. Maglio with the dig there. Guanasso the swing from the back row. And things getting a little out of whack for Hawaii. Dave Shoji pops up off the bench. He's going to signal for a timeout. We'll keep things here as Davis has crept back to within 3.
I love that swing by Guanasso, though. You got to love it when the DS comes in. They attack them off from behind the 3-meter line. Nice and aggressive.
You just don't want, if you're Dave Shoji, to see things get too loosey-goosey here with Hawaii with this big lead in this match, up 2-0. They took the first 25-16, ran away and hid in set number 2, 25-11. But you mentioned the numbers for Davis, negative 0-4-0 at the moment. Mattis, 34 kills against Fullerton in her last match, 7 tonight. And Emily Allen, the top hitter, 3.6 kills per set, just one, a single kill here tonight in this match.
Boy's done a good job on her for sure. We're going to talk a little bit about Dan Connors as well while we're at it. He assisted at Illinois, a great program, Nebraska, a great program, UCLA, worked with Andy Banikowski and Mike Seeley, former Hawaii coach. And he recruited most of the 2011 UCLA NCAA championship team before he moved on to Davis and got his own head coaching job and has done a marvelous job there at UC Davis.
He was even a recruiting coordinator for John Cook at Nebraska. I mean, he's been around elite programs and certainly garnering some quality experience there in his 3rd year. Aggies last year finished 4th in the Big West Conference at 10-6 in league. They were an even 15-15 overall. And the thought was this was going to be a bit of a quote-unquote payoff year. They had 13 returning letter winners coming into the season. They returned 5 starters as well as their libero. And so there were some expectations. Certainly that's always hedged with the presence of Hawaii in the Big West Conference, but injuries early on in the year, you described it, to 3 of the 4 seniors that started in weekend 1.
That's got to hurt me, especially when you lose senior leadership like that early on in the first week of the season. That's probably hurt them more than Hawaii losing Mitchum and Taylor in the first weeks of the season.
So here's Annie Mitchum to serve. 3 service aces on the season for her. Make it 4. Right on cue, Annie Mitchum. Gotta love that.
Yeah, tough serve. She's tall at 6'3". The net's only 7'4", so she's hitting a line drive basically.
Pass tight to the net. And good ad-lib maneuver there by Sophia Marr.
It's a great shot by Marr. Marr only 5'6", goes up with the trees and finds the deep corner. Great shot.
You'll notice Dave Shoji, he's doing some coaching here in this 3rd set, Chris. He's not exactly happy with his team, at least in stretches here in this 3rd stanza, appearing as though they're trying to put it in cruise control. He's been up and at it on that sideline. And another ace. You see the problems in the passing department for Hawaii, at least in that sequence. Out serve there, though, bails the Rainbow Wahine out.
You know, I've seen in the past when Dave Shoji's got a team that's playing a little bit lackadaisical in the first couple sets, or has a slow start in the third set, he'll empty the bench, let the whole B team get out there and play, and very often they've come out and played better than the A team because they're so excited to be in there, but I don't think he's going to be doing that tonight.
Anna Ponce with the serve. Middle set, that's O'Heary, and she's able to slam it down. Point for Davis. I mean, there are bigger fish to fry for Dave Shoji, right? He is still trying to truly solidify the rotation. It appears, at least by virtue of the lineup we saw tonight, that he is leaning towards keeping Annie Mitchum for the most part on that outside spot.
I would think so, and I think that's not a bad choice.
Really having trouble with the serve there, but they're still able to get a good swing out of Taylor. Mattis returns the favor, though. Puts it down for Davis, and the Aggies within 2 here in set 3. Dan Connors applauding the effort of his UC Davis squad.
Great back bumps at that time by Volko. And Mattis, the freshman out of Harbor High School in Santa Cruz. Good volleyball school.
Even the crowd trying to urge the home team on. Here's Granado, punched up in the air by Marv. Free ball coming, though, here for Hawaii. Kahakai the pass. Yosia outside. Granado the swing. Sent it long. No touch. And it's a point for Davis.
Wheels coming off just a bit. There's at least one wheel off, I think.
Sometimes when the engine stalls a little bit, it's hard to rev it back up. It is 13 serving 14. 4-1 run here for Davis. Burns in the middle, got it down. That's kill number 5 for Natasha Burns on 7 swings.
She's been very efficient tonight, making no mistakes.
3 hitters or 2?
See what Yosia can do now from the service line. Good dig there by Greeley. Now Taylor. High hands, touched up in the air by Allen. Left side, this goes to Walbrecht. Fallen away, didn't have an angle. So Hawaii back up 3.
Davis out of timeouts. No way to slow any kind of Hawaii run down. Dave Shoji's got 1 timeout left.
Middle set, O'Heary. Access denied, Natasha Burns.
Oh, that good pass. It was pretty obvious they were going to try to set O'Heary in the middle. Sure enough, Burns not fooled. Nikki Taylor not fooled.
So 5 kills for Burns, 5 blocks for Burns, and really part of the reason why Dave Shoji has the privilege of testing Annie Mitchum throughout the course of this match on the outside pin.
You're absolutely right. Natasha Burns gets a chance to go in and get some valuable experience. You know, Casey Castillo was in that spot, and she's been nursing a nagging calf injury, and that's really one of the reasons why she's not in that spot in place of Burns. That's where Castillo was playing in that second middle spot.
And playing well, too, mind you. Now, you're seeing Ryan Sakagawa taking a peek at that last play. It was challenged by Dan Connors. I think he was trying to challenge a net violation, or was suggesting that someone for Hawaii caught the net. But they will say that there was no such contact with the twine, and so...
You see a big smile by Dan? I think he used that as a timeout. I'm sorry, but I think that his team was struggling a little bit there, and he's already used up his 2 timeouts. So, okay, let's get the challenge card out as soon as possible.
Smart move. Yosia forces the overpass. A little miscommunication at the net there. Another chance here for the Aggies. Waldbrecht dug up by Yosia. Kahakai sets up Granado against the double block. Net violation. Davis, point for Hawaii, and they've once again reclaimed control.
Good swing by Granado there, challenging that 2-person block.
Oh, you'll see it taking something off that time. Backside, Mattis.
I like that off-speed serve by Yosia. keep that ball in play on her serves, because that block is just really playing well right now.
Well, this one was returned to the sender, Mattis, courtesy Nikki Taylor, right back in the grill. And that'll get the nod as our Fujitsu Air Conditioning cool play of the match. There were plenty of those roofs to choose from.
12 of them to be exact.
Yeah, we'll go with the recency syndrome. Another forced overpass on the Yosia serve, but she's relegated to knuckling it over on the second contact. Here's Walbrecht going off the block and down. That one had potential for more on the Hawaii side of the net. Weren't able to execute.
First pass by really not where she wanted it to be.
Well, here comes the serve from Lauren Mattis. Granado right between the eyes as she split the uprights of that block. And Granado getting kill number 9. She's hitting 300, so an efficient night to go along with a productive night for McKenna Granado.
And Noreen Yosia with another double-double, 23 assists, go along with 12 digs.
Right side set, that's Walbrecht. One-handed in the air by Granado. Two-handed over by Taylor. Chance now for the Aggies. Backside, Walbrecht blocked, punched over by Taylor. They'll go back row set to Mattis, but she stepped on the line. And so another back row attacker violation. Mattis is an interesting story here, Chris. A two-time All-Santa Cruz Coast League first-teamer. Sat out her senior year of high school, though, to focus on club volleyball. What do you think about that being an option for players as they come through the system?
That's a great question, and it's being done more and more because the players tend to play club volleyball 9 months of the year, and they only play high school volleyball for 3 months of the year. So you see more and more club coaches saying, hey, I want you for all 9 months. I don't want you to leave.
Well, sometimes you improvise and it pays off. Yosia chased down the second touch and just got it somewhere near the net. Nikki Taylor with an excuse me kill. Check it out.
Just keeping it in the play, not even really taking a swing at it at all, just punching it over. Again, that's kind of like a little sand volleyball shot.
So Taylor will come out to a strong ovation. 9 kills for her. Kendra Kelsch into the match. Kirsten Sibley also into the front row. And McKenna Granado will serve. How far has Granado come? Last year in this building against Davis, she had a then career high 6 kills. It was just a freshman. Sibley, now a freshman, is dug up. From the back row, Mattis misses the court. Point for Hawaii, and they're closing in.
And it shows you now got Sibley in, Kelsch in, Taylor Higgins in. So half the lineup out there, fresh players.
O'Heary blocked, touches it over immediately though. A little back and forth ping pong action. Bumps that left side, it's Allen. Tried to evade the block, but as has been the story, a lot of mishits from the Davis side. How about the save by Taylor Higgins, the senior coming up big on that sequence. And they rise here in the Stan Sheriff Center. The Rainbow Wahine looking to make quick work of the Aggies in this Sunday evening affair. Granado serving for the match. Aloha ball for Hawaii. Right side, Walbrecht dug up over the net by Kahakai. Aggies another stab at it. It's Walbrecht again, dug up again by Kahakai. Higgins will slap it over. Aggies now on the attack. Walbrecht, a third time blocked, pushed over by O'Heary. Hawaii couldn't return it. Good reflexes by Kalechi O'Heary.
Good swings by Walbrecht. She just get dug by Kahakai twice. It's got to be frustrating.
9 digs for Savannah Kahakai, by the way. That matches her total against Irvine a couple of nights ago. That was just the 4th match she didn't reach double figures in digs. Still aloha ball for Hawaii. Davis got a long way to go. Backside, Kelsch finishes the deal.
I was just going to say, watch for the two centers to go to each other.
Kendra Kelsch, the junior from Huntington Beach, California. Oh yeah, she's listed as a setter, but she pounds one home to finish the deal as the Rainbow Wahine close the book. E kahi e lua aloha on this Sunday evening.
Well, wide open net there. The block could not get there in time. She thanks her good buddy, Taylor Higgins, for the set.
Just her 14th kill of the season. Remember, she filled in the hitting department when Nikki Taylor was out to start the year. But her 14th kill of 2016 was a match finisher and provided an exclamation point as well. So Hawaii bounces back from its road loss against Long Beach State with a pair of wins here at home against UC Irvine and UC Davis, and they will now welcome a much-needed bye week here this coming week. Scott Robbs is with Dave Shoji.
All righty, Coach, congratulations. I thought you guys played much better than you did Friday night.
Well, I thought our blocking was better. We made a little bit of an adjustment and took line. We want them to hit to our middle back and our left back because we got our best diggers there. So that part was really good, and it kind of frustrated them.
Talk about Annie Mitchum and her performance. You left her on the left side all night long. Is she an outside? Is she a middle? Or is she both?
Well, I want to find out if she can play outside. And, you know, she went a long way to convincing me and maybe the staff that maybe she could help the team more out there rather than middle. And Tasha's doing a nice job. You know, Tasha's coming along, and if she can just get a kill here and there and block a few, then I think Annie can give us more offense out on the left.
All right, you have a bye week coming up. You're going to give the girls a couple of extra days off?
Well, we are going to take a few days off. We'll get back to work. You know, we'll have, I think, 3 good days of practice and then get ready for the road trip. So, yeah, we need to heal up. Nikki's hurting again. And, you know, I tell you, Greeley is really coming along. And, you know, another week of rehab, I think we may see her in the front row.
Okay, one last thing. Your sons, Eric and Kavika, are watching back in Russia. Does Dad have anything to say to his sons?
Niet.
That's about the only Russian I know.
That's the only word I know.
Thanks, Coach.
They're having a good time, and it's a tough league. The Russian league is great.
Thanks.
All right.
All right, guys, back over to you.
Dave Shoji with the Niet violation in that interview there, saying hi to his sons in Siberia, of all places. We say hello to Kavika and Eric as well. How about a little Twitter talk from Eric Shoji himself? Glad OC Sports TV is live streaming the Hawaii women's volleyball matches. Again, always fun watching and listening to Kanoa Leahy and Coach Chris, hashtag Coach Chris from Russia. And again, we say hello to them for sure. Bank of Hawaii presents the players of the match. Lauren Mattis had 8 kills, but certainly struggled much more than she did in her last match against Fullerton, where she recorded 34. She hit 0-3-4 for the night. 6 digs and a block to her line. Annie Mitchum, you heard Dave Shoji talking about her, 8 kills and very efficient. Just 1 error, hit 4-12, also had an ace and 2 digs. So Chris McLaughlin, I ask you, you have been in favor of Annie Mitchum hitting from the outside and being more solidified at that outside hitter position. She was certainly very effective in the middle 2 nights ago against Irvine. So which one do you think serves this team the best?
That's a great question. I like her going to the outside because she has more sets out there. In the middle, unless the passes are really good, she's not going to get as many attempts. I think it's a waste of her arm and her strength and her skills. So when she goes to the outside, she's going to get a lot of sets and broken play sets. The only problem is that she's uncomfortable out there. She's not really happy there. Mm-hmm. She loves playing in the middle. So you notice actually she did a step-out maneuver tonight and during a transition play. It was like, hey, guess what? I can hit out of the middle, like bring my middle attack to my repertoire here. But, you know, I really think it's the best move right now, but I can also see in certain matches with certain matchups, sure, I can see Dave Shoji saying, you know what, we got to have her back in the middle.
Yeah, because I think if this weekend proved anything, it is she, at least, can be effective pretty much anywhere you put her. And
exactly,
obviously that gives Dave Shoji some options going forward here in 2016. Bye week coming up. You heard Dave talking about it. They're going to get a few days off. Also mentioned Calais Greeley still trying to come back to full speed with that right shoulder. How much will the bye week help a player like her? How much does the bye week help this team overall?
I think overall it's going to help the team tremendously. get a chance to catch up in the classroom, get a chance to just heal up in general, especially Nikki Taylor. She's got a banged up, got a shoulder, a knee, and elbow. She's banged up all over the place, and I think that this time will be really good for her of all the girls. And as far as the Greeley goes, it'll be helpful, but you got to remember she had shoulder surgery in like January, and that's like a year-long rehab, and she's only into her like 10th month. So I wouldn't be real optimistic about her getting 100% swings just because she gets an extra week off. But maybe. I think Dave Shoji's got his fingers crossed.
All right. Well, Hawaii improves to 14-5 overall, 7-1 in the Big West Conference, and they'll have a little time to rest and relax and fill up the tank for the second half of the Big West Conference season. For Chris McLaughlin, I'm Kanoa Leahy. Stay tuned for the Heineken post-game show.